now I have a good idea what it's like to drive a Jeep like this on a daily basis. So we're gonna get into the video now, and we're gonna be giving you the pros and the cons of driving a Jeep like this. I warn you from now, there's gonna be more cons than pros. What is up, guys, and welcome to another video. First and foremost, I want to thank every single one of you that has subscribed to the channel in the last week or so. Last week we were at 150 subscribers. Today I wake up having 250 subscribers to the channel. That represents a lot to me. Thank you so much for everybody that has subscribed to the channel, and it makes me do more videos. That's a good measurement of how good or how bad my videos are doing, and you guys are killing it. You guys have been subscribing to the channel, and thank you so much for that. And as you saw in the title of the video, we're going to be talking about a daily driven lifted Jeep. In this case, this is a Jeep Cherokee XJ Year 2000. This is my personal vehicle. As you guys see, it is lifted, 4.5 short arm lift kit with 33 inches tires. So it is not too extreme, but it is a lifted Jeep, and I've been using this car as a daily driver for at least 2 months now. My first intentions with this Jeep was never to have it as a daily driver. I was just, wanted to have a vehicle to have fun with it and take it off-road and all that stuff. But the problem is my daily, which is an Infiniti G35, the AC stopped working, and I live in Miami, Florida, which is very, very hot in summer. So that is why I've been using this car as a daily. And because of that, now I have a good idea what it's like to drive a Jeep like this on a daily basis. So we're gonna get into the video now, and we're gonna be giving you the pros and the cons of driving a Jeep like this. I warn you from now, there's gonna be more cons than pros, because obviously, look at this thing. It is definitely not for daily uses, but we're gonna get into the video now. I'm gonna give you my personal opinion, and this goes for any lifted vehicle. This will be a good video for you, so stay tuned and we're gonna get into it. So we're gonna start with number one, and this is the question that I get asked the most when people say that I lifted a Jeep. This is the question that they ask me the most, and it is gas mileage. Obviously, it's a big concern when you lifted a Jeep and you put bigger tires. And these Jeeps, originally, I'm gonna look it up, when they come from factory, how good or how bad gas mileage is. Jeep Cherokees, XJs. Alright, so according to the internet, it says that these Jeeps, the 6-cylinder engine, 4.0 liter, they say is 16 city, 21 highway. So obviously I'm not doing that anymore. I do not have a way to record how much I'm doing right now on the Jeep, but I have a couple of friends of mine that have the same or similar setup to mine, and they are doing 11 to 12 miles per gallon. So I am pretty sure I'm close to those numbers on mine. Alright, so we're going to the second cons of driving a Jeep like this. It is not the best on finding parking spots. So parking space for this thing has to be big. Now I live in Miami, and in some commercial centers where you try to park, and they have these small or very tight parking spots. This car cannot fit in there. I've tried before, and there's no way you can fit this car in there. Of course, this car, the tires stick out a little bit, so it is hard to park in one of these tight spaces. So in order for me to find parking for this car, sometimes I have to go around and around to find a good parking space for this baby, and it has to be a regular one. It has to be a full-size one. But yeah, sometimes it could be a hassle to park one of these. So if you're driving one of these on a daily basis, it could be a problem when you're trying to find parking. All right, we're going to number three. Number three, when you lift the car, when you put bigger tires, of course the car becomes heavier, and what happened is that it becomes also slow. I haven't noticed like a big difference when you are, for example, on a stop sign and you have to go. It is not slow. This Jeep actually has a lot of pickup. So the problem that I noticed the most was when you go on highways and you try to pass another car that is in front of you, and you have to press the gas pedal. It does nothing. Like, you press the gas pedal, you try to accelerate at the most you can so you can pass a car, and this car just doesn't move. It's just like, it is very, very slow. So that is another thing that you have to consider. And To be honest, that this is the thing that I notice the most. All right, the car doesn't have that kick that used to have before. When you go on a highway and you accelerate the car before used to go faster. Now it is slower. So that is another thing you have to consider. Another thing, and this is number 4, and this is something that I've been working on since I got this car. This car makes a lot of noise. If you know a little bit about this, you know that the tires make a huge difference when you're driving a car. So if you're lifting a car and if you're planning on taking this Jeep off-road, you're not gonna put street tires. You're gonna go very aggressive, either like this. These are mud-terrain tires. But if you don't wanna go too crazy with it, you can go with the all-terrain tires, which has a little bit better pattern. If you're lifting a Jeep or a car and you're putting bigger tires, noise is gonna be a problem. If you're gonna be using this car as a daily driver, my advice to you is to put an all-terrain tires. If you're gonna use this car for off-road activities mostly, then you can go for one of these. All right, another thing, sometimes getting in and out of this thing, it could be a challenge for a couple of people. Now this is just a 4.5 lift kit, all right, and the tires are only 33s, as I mentioned before. In my particular case, not a problem, but I've seen people struggling getting in and out of my car. Now we get to the last cons, or the last point of this comparison, and is the suspension. Now this goes in line with the type of suspension that you get for your car. In my particular case, I got an entry-level suspension, which is rough country, and that is going to be another video because I have my opinion on rough country suspension systems, and for sure I'm going to be giving you a review on my suspension. It is a little bit stiff when you go on the street and you have like these bumps and everything. You feel it on the suspension, you feel it on your back. So yes, as I told you guys, it goes in line with the type of suspension that you go on your Jeep. Alright guys, so now we're going to the interesting part, and that is the pros of driving a Jeep like this. Now, as I warned you on the beginning, there's not gonna be too many. Most of them is gonna be how you feel about it, right? So first of all is the clearance that this car has. So you can go over things that you don't have to worry about anything. Pretty much you're driving something that you don't have to worry about, oh, it is too low, or I'm gonna hit that. I have personal experiences where sometimes I have to go through sidewalks and everything. Not something that we should do, but sometimes you have to do. This Jeep can go over that with no problems at all. Another thing that is related to that is the tires. The type of tires that I have, you see how big of the tire we have and how small the rim is, so that gives us a lot of clearance on the tire as well. For example, my Infinity, I have a lot of curb damages on my wheels because the wheels are big, the tires are small. So you don't have this problem with this car. I haven't had any problem. These rims are completely fine. Pretty much it's not a problem. It's not a problem for you. Another thing is that you're driving pretty much a tank, and that could be a bad thing, that could be also a good thing. I feel safe when I drive this Jeep, especially when you put exterior armor that I've seen people put in a lot of it. When you upgraded your bumpers and everything, you feel secure inside of a Jeep. Another thing that I really love is that you are so high on this car. When you see it, you are so high that you have more perception. You have a very good perception of what is going on in front of you. That is great. That is something that you notice a lot. When I go from this car to my Infinity, I feel like you know, it's weird. It's a weird feeling because you are so low and you can see more than that. This car, you don't have that problem. You can see all around you, and that is awesome. And lastly guys, this is something that you have to put time, money, and effort into it. So when you drive this thing, when I drive this thing, I know I'm driving something different, something that I really like, and something that I enjoy driving, you know. And driving this Jeep is mostly how you feel about it, how you feel about driving a thing that is a lot different. I really enjoy it. I don't care about the cons, and obviously I'm working on making it a lot better. This is an ongoing project, so I'm gonna try to make it better every single day. And that is it guys. I hope you really like this video and enjoy it as I enjoyed doing it. If you have any other suggestions or any other ideas, or how good or how bad is to daily drive a Jeep like this, or a lifted truck, or a lifted vehicle, just put it on the comments and let me know. It's probably something that I forgot to mention, and I'll be replying to all of you guys. Thank you so much for the support. You guys have been doing great. and I appreciate that. If you like this video, you have two things to do. First of all, thumbs up, alright? Because that's the only way that I'm gonna know that you really like this video. Second of it is subscribe to the channel, because the more people that we have, the more people that we can share this content, you know, it gives me more ideas and more videos. And I'll see you in the next time. Take it easy.